Automate. In addition to delegating your responsibilities, automating the proper processes will free up your precious time. The 6 central areas a leader should consider automating include scheduling, communicating, training, collecting feedback, sharing, and accounting. Good automation will offer assistance. People must make all the decisions and actions. Provide a complete set of decisions and action alternatives. Narrow the selection of options down to a few, or suggest one alternative. Execute the suggestion after human approval. Collect data, organize information, prepare outputs, and manage reusable information. Traps to watch out for when automating your organization include attempting to multitask. I used to automatically bring up about 10 different websites in my browser that I used throughout the day, and I always found myself jumping in between them and not completing things and things taking longer to do. So now, when a browser comes up, it only brings on my home page. Lacking a personal touch. Things can be automated so cold that people know it's automated and it doesn't have that personal touch, and so they ignore it. So you want to keep the personal touch in what you do. Auto posting at the wrong time. I know of a pastor who automated some social posts and put them on various time cycles, and it ended up that he posted a message to his saints during church. So afterwards, the saints were asking him, why was he posting on Facebook during church? Well, he wasn't, but it was automated, so you need to watch for timing of things. Not segmenting. I work with Apostolic Bible Institute, and we used to send out one email to our friends, parents, students, prospective students, and alumni. And we got a lot of rejection, believe it or not, from our alumni because the email didn't talk to them. It was too general. And so now each of those categories at the Apostolic Bible Institute are segmented emails, and they each get their unique and separate messages, and it works a lot better. And when you're automating things, it's so easy just to type up and send. You need to include time to review and edit your content. So many embarrassing mistakes can get out. The best proofreading system on a computer, on the email system, is your send button. Because as soon as you hit your send button, you realize you said something wrong, misspelled it, or whatever. So review and edit things before they go out when you're automating. And you don't want to be missing a guide for building your brand. So you don't want a tool that's so limited and so rough that it doesn't reflect the brand of your church or organization. And so you want to make sure when you're automating things that they do work in harmony with your brand. So warnings when working with automation. If a church is dependent on a tool, it should be an asset owned by the church. So you want to make sure that you have the login and the passwords, the billing, and the backup plans on file in your church office. It's so easy and tempting for somebody that says, I will take over Facebook for the youth group. And all of a sudden there's a youth group Facebook page. It doesn't reflect the church. You don't have access to it. You can't change it. And things are not being done in the right way to reflect the brand of the church. So if you're dependent on it, you should make a policy that the password, login, and all that is on file. You want to consider the differences between owning a system and renting a system. Okay? So when things are free, like Facebook and Twitter and a lot of social sites, you're actually renting from them. They make up the rules. They decide to turn a feature off or on, and you are at their mercy. Okay? Now, if you own a system, you bought the software, you've installed it, you control the configuration of it, you'll have a lot more control and consistency, and you don't have to worry about somebody turning something off on you or changing the rules on you. So you want to consider if you want to rent or own a system. You also should have policies on file on how each system can be used and who is in charge of those systems. I know of a situation in a church organization where pictures of young ladies in a bathroom was released on Facebook. Embarrassing. And the meeting was called and some policies had to be put in place. And so if you don't have those policies in place, embarrassing things like that can happen. Okay, so here is a list of things that are some good examples of automation. You'll find this list in your workbook, and you can follow along there. With scheduling, calendars with a reminder system. So you get a reminder to go to a meeting or a reminder something's coming up in a day or week. Shared calendars. This is really great when the leadership of a church all have a shared calendar, and so they know when things are at, they see how it reflects on their vacation time and stuff like that, and are very aware of the bigger picture with use a shared calendar, and you can use like Google Calendar for that. Planning tools like Finish Line Planner will help you plan and organize tasks and steps that people need to do. CRMs. A CRM organizes a list of people, their addresses, their emails, and can have workflow and reminder systems in them. And so a good CRM for keeping track of your visitors' names and addresses will be really good in scheduling with that. Communicating. One of the greatest automation tools that everybody should have is email folders. An email folder, it can detect an email coming in by criteria, by the subject matter or who it's from. And because of that, you can put it in separate folders. So you can have a youth folder, a ladies ministries folder, a men's ministries folder, and as the emails come in Google email and other popular email systems, automatically can be put in that folder. And then when you need to focus on the youth, you can open up the youth folder and look at the youth email. And that's a free one, and you should look up on your email system how to set up email folders. Social Umph, that's OOMPH, Social Umph, is an automated social system. So you can send out Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook post on automated time sets. And then you can set up a week's worth of social postings and be done. And throughout the week, those postings will automatically go out. The two best email broadcast systems, and that's for broadcasting a lot of emails to a lot of people on your list at the same time, that we would recommend is MailChimp and Vertical Response. Now, MailChimp will allow you to have up to 12,000 emails for free. Once you've hit the 12,000 mark, then they'll start billing you for using their email system. Vertical Response, on the other hand, is totally free to nonprofit organizations forever. Now, that does require that when you sign up that you quickly respond with the proper documentation showing that you are a nonprofit organization. So review their website and be prepared when you sign up to do that filing. Once you've done that, it is free forever. And then also you can communicate with planning tools like Finish Line Planner, which will automatically text out people reminders when they need to do things. And so having good automated communication will help move the team forward and save you a lot of time and keep people on track. The next category is training. Okay, so in training, if your church does streaming of your church services and those streams are saved in an archive, that is totally invaluable, because any Bible study or training that you do is now accessible to bring back and to be reused. And so if you did training on marriage, part of your discipleship training process, maybe one night, is to teach on marriage. You just bring that training on marriage out of your archives and play it, and you know the amount of time it'll take, you know how comprehensive it is, And if you had a special guest or whatever, you will appreciate the quality that they bring to the table. So if you're streaming and archiving your videos, that is huge in helping the church to build this training library of reusable training materials. The next one is called Screen-O-Cast or Screen-O-Cast. Screen-O-Cast is a great recording program for recording and capturing your screen. So if you want to teach from a PowerPoint presentation, and that can be captured by Screen-O-Cast, it also will capture your voice, and you can record that and put that into a Screen-O-Cast file, download it to your local PC, or upload it to a YouTube, and make that available for training materials. Now, if you're creating videos like the one that I am doing here, you would want to use a video editor. And on the PC, the one that we recommend is Sony Vegas. And on the Mac, there's Final Cut Pro. Now, there are cheaper versions of video editors. It's their Movie Maker in Windows, and on the Mac it's called iMovie. So you can start with those, and if you need more comprehensive editing, look to Sony Vegas for the PC and Final Cut Pro for the Mac. Then a great resource that everybody has access to, no matter if you're busy or not, if you're bivocational, if you're a church plant, YouTube videos. Search YouTube. It's loaded with good materials that you can find. Then make a list of all those videos and add it to your own personal library list, or capture the links and keep them in a Word document, or however you want to do it. Build your own library of YouTube videos that you can recommend on things from marriage and dating and basic Christian habits. Even denominational stuff is out there on leadership and volunteering. It's available to everyone. This is really a great automation tool and a huge time saver, building your own YouTube library. Another thing to automate is collect feedback. And two ways to do this. One is through SurveyMonkey. The good thing about SurveyMonkey, it can be autonomous. So you just want to know what people are thinking and don't want them to feel offended or that you're going to pick on them or anything. They can do it through SurveyMonkey, and you can find out that 75% of your congregation doesn't like your preaching. So SurveyMonkey is good for that type of feedback. Now, social posting is a good place to collect ideas. So people will speak up, they're not embarrassed, they're not going to say anything that's going to be offensive. You can go to Facebook and ask them, what park do you think would be a great place to host a picnic? And nobody should get offended with something like that, and you can do it there and get feedback. Sharing documents for free. You can start with Dropbox. And everybody can have access to Dropbox. They can access it from their devices as well as their PCs. And then for online accounting and administration, there are two systems that I'd like to recommend. One is called ChurchDB at www.churchdb.org. This is a free system, and so anybody and everybody can do it. It takes some investment learning the system and getting it going and stuff, but that's available online for free. Another one that's extremely affordable and loaded with a lot of good features, and there was a lot of investment made in the design on this one so that it worked really optimum, is Breeze. And it's breezechms.com. CHMS is Church Management System. So breezechms.com. And I believe, don't quote me on this, it's about $50 a month, but loaded. And any church of any size can use Breeze. Hello, my name is Hugh Plackett, and welcome to Finish Line Planning, where we help pastors who are undertaking church growth alone. It is my goal to assist pastors and lay leaders like you to optimize your growth potential in an environment of minimal time and staff. 60% of churches in North America operate with less than 100 members. Most of them require a bivocational pastor. Undertaking church growth alone can be challenging, and we're here to help. To maximize our resources and videos, we partner with church growth leaders like Carlton Kuhn, Tim Massengale, Dr. Eugene Wilson, Gary Elias, Dan Kyle, Calvin Jean, and others. To make the most of this opportunity for your ministry, church, and community, click the subscribe button here.